Hey guys, this is going to be my first video. It's my 2005 Buick LaCrosse, or Allure if you're in Canada. It has the 3800 Series 3 Buick engine, and we're going to be changing the dog bones on this today. I'm going to have to excuse the wind. As you can see, I don't really have anywhere in my yard that's protected from it to work on. First thing you're going to want to do is put a couple of chucks between one of your tires, because you're going to be putting the transmission in neutral. It's not completely necessary, but it does help to prevent any potential damage to the transmission when you're going to be starting it up next time. There we go. This is all we're going to need today is a bit of silicone lube. I like the WD-40 silicone because it cleans, but in big enough amounts it will lubricate properly. A couple of your shorter billet dog bones. I got mine from ZZP. They were a little bit costly, but they weigh a lot less. They're aluminum and they're very solid, and the bushings are good quality. And you only really need one 15mm, but it doesn't hurt to have two. First, we're going to start by removing this bolt right here. And just so you can see what exactly we're trying to fix today, it's this front and back movement here of the engine. Once you've got this nut sufficiently loosened up, you just take it off. I removed the plastic cover off the engine to give myself enough room to pull this bolt in. And this flips up just like that. Next, what we're going to want to do is remove this bolt, and then this piece will come right off. Now, same thing with the other one. Remove this nut and you pull the bolt out. Now, one really popular thing is, once this is removed, is if you can actually see this bushing here, you've got a space here and a space here. It's a little bit worn. One really popular thing to do is to put this bolt back in and put it really tight and try and pry this bushing off from the side and lubricate all around, and to flip it 90 degrees so that this center rubber part of the bushing is actually sitting horizontally. Now, this next part isn't really necessary, but I like to use a bit of WD-40 here, as even though it's silicone, it will help with a bit of rust proofing. So just shoot a bit in there. Now we've slid the bolt through. Put this nut back on. Next, you will want to put some silicone WD-40 inside this, as it is rubber on the inside, as you can see. Next, you're going to want to pull the engine forward and slip the bolt through this. Now, next step, don't forget to do what my dumbass forgot to do, which is remove the other one to be able to pull the engine. Otherwise, you're forcing against the other dog bone. Here, now that the engine's free, you can see it's really easy to move back and forth, and these worn bushings really weren't helping versus new ones, which don't move. Now that you've pulled the engine forward and put the bolts back in, all that needs to be done is to tighten up the bolts, and you're done. When tightening, you don't want to go more than hand tight, otherwise you risk snapping the bolts. And the last step that I personally like to do is generous application of silicone lubrication on all the bushings. Which just helps with their longevity. There you have it. That is how you easily, step by step, replace your dog bone engine mounts, which aids the transmission in shifting by bringing up the engine and having it mate with the transmission at the proper angle, and will reduce axle wobble as well, as I haven't changed the struts and coils on this yet. Once I'll be lowering them, which this will help with, but since the old struts and shocks are sort of old. They're sagging a bit, which is leading to a bit of axle wobble. Hopefully this will fix that.